The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
One by One Kia full range of products embodies fundamental nutrients necessary to maintain beautiful and healthy hair care without having to combine an assortment of hair care products. The One by One Kia products are designed to rejuvenate, moisturize, create shine, fortify, and stimulate hair growth while leaving your hair feeling weightless and luxurious. Be sure to visit our website at www.onebywankaya.com and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at One by One Kia. Let's get your healthy hair care journey started today. The Hinkson Firm's mission is to provide superior legal service in the areas of family law, child welfare law, general legal services, and mediation by keeping convenience of the clients at the forefront. The Hinkson Firm's goal is to eliminate the stress of an already intense situation in your life by coming directly to your workplace and or a location close to your home for consultation, meetings, and mediation. The Hinkson Firm customized legal attention based on the needs of each client while treating every client with the dignity and respect they deserve, while fighting strongly and fiercely for justice and their legal rights. The Hinkson Firm can be reached at 470-499-4704.
Live September 16, 2023, original rock steady the reggae story with Keith and Tex, Monty Montgomery, Rudy Mills, and live at Premier Restaurant and Lounge. It's Barry Big. That's 6924 Main Street, Lithonia, Georgia, all backed by Black Diamond. Doors open at 8 p.m. Showtime 9 p.m. That's right, performing live, Rudy Mills. Get your tickets now or pay more at the door. Call 404-246-1809. That's 404-246-1809. Original Rocksteady Story live at Premier Restaurant and Lounge with Keith and Tex, Barry Bates, Rudy Mills, Monty Montgomery, and Stereo Birthday. September 16, 2023, live at Premier Restaurant and Lounge, 6924 Main Street, Lithonia, Georgia. Rock steady the reggae story.
Run the track.
Yes. Yes, welcome. Is it the blood? Is it the blood? Yes, so yes, we are here once again. A very long time. Pick up yourself. I just know a lot of yourself. He says the blood. Yeah, is it the blood that put the energy into the black folks of the Montgomery, Alabama? Did anyone see that riverboat? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Just a snippet of it, because you know what? It's been all over the place. It's been turned upside down all around and all of these things. So we're going to touch it. We're also going to touch Jamaica, Rio, and what happened with the fight with the young lady and disrespect and all of them things there. We're just going to touch a little bit, just a little
snippet of that as well. All right, we're gonna touch go back to this alien thing. Yeah, we're touching that as well. Yeah, and there's a little quick story. There's a little quick I would just say a little quick well, there was these 16 deputies that had beat up these two young gentlemen. We're gonna just touch that for a little bit. We definitely have Niger, Africa in your headlines, and the respecter. You know, we have we have a reasoning on Rastafari. Just a snippet bit of that as well. So I was told, said the Rasta them a go vex on them things, but you know what? The truth shall set us free. How about that? It's so we do it. Well, welcome if it's your first time joining us for Reasoning Thursdays, each and every Thursdays from 8 p.m. up until the 10 o'clock hour, or until we say when. You know how we do it each and every week with yours truly, Lady D, Queen, the Queen of all queens, and the kings of all king, the respecter. Big up yourselves. You want to say hello to our listeners?
Greetings. Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Blessings, everyone.
Blessings and greetings and salutations and all of these things. Yeah. So we want to once again big up as you know, with his song there. And I thought to play that one because I was thinking about the Alabama riverboat and circulations going through that. It was the slave port where a lot of ancestors were sold over there. So yeah, we definitely gonna touch that. Want to big up Stereo. Big up yourself, Stereo. Stereo Promotions. They're presenting it's his birthday bash. So make sure you go on out and support. It's a rock steady to reggae story. So listen, you have all the bigs of bigs, Monty Montgomery, Rudy Mills, Keenan Blessings, Barry Biggs, all of the bigs of bigs is going to be there. Alrighty. So you definitely want to make sure that you are in the house and that's taking place at the Premier Restaurant Lounge, and that's on the 16th. So that's next week, Saturday. So make sure that you go on out and full joy the festivities and the wonderful, wonderful artists that are going to be there. But yeah, let's get down to the nitty gritty. And we have the icing on the cake. Sexy the respecter.
I will say so.
Hey!
I will say so.
We have the respecter.
I will say so.
Sexy.
Then
Sexy.
I something here.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
something here.
Allah,
Yes,
yeah,
Mm.
sir.
tell.
So we definitely have to talk about you, the respecter and your sexiness.
Allah, yeah, tell.
I saw me here coming from the horse's mouth. I saw me
Yes,
here.
yeah, man. We're gonna reason. Well, let's dive on in there. I know we're gonna leave definitely the alien situation because that is really a serious topic there. Because there's a senator that has came out now and said that she has personally seen the UFOs. So we're gonna talk about that. All right. So y'all don't definitely don't you go anywhere. Just keep vibes in with us. So where we're gonna start, y'all just want us to get this Montgomery out the way and then jump in and get the Jamaica
Yeah,
reboot
yeah,
out
let's
the
do that.
way. Right. And
Yeah.
yeah, let's get those little stuff out the way and then we get to the big shkamushkis of Nigeria and Jamaica and Jamaica politics. I know the Respecter and Queen have a lot to input on those areas there. And yeah, then we're gonna get to the aliens and the Respecters sexiness. All right.
Lord.
All right. So what are you all and do know that the lines open 706-955-2001. What's your thoughts on before I even go any further? We have some comments here. Greetings to you, Don. Don Minot says greetings, evening to everyone.
Man
Um,
of God.
Greeting.
yes, big up to the Let's Gripe. Let's Gripe. Tati says, good evening, ladies,
Mm.
and gentlemen. And Donna says, good evening, all. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, Donna. Big up yourselves. Let's Gripe crew, Tati. Tonya, big up yourself, and Don Minot, big up yourself. Yes,
Greetings.
Alabama.
Mhm.
To the Alabama. I'm going to give you two the floor first before I even get in there. So, what's your thoughts on the Alabama happenings? Whoever want to take it first.
I'm not tell you, say, I listen to the commentators and the government, the police. I listen to all of them. And it's so easily, oh, it's not racist.
Mm,
I don't think this was racist motivated. I mean, God, even a woman was kicking the man.
yeah.
A whole bunch of white folks just rush a black man because why it draw back memories. This is our opportunity. Let's
Mm,
beat down this N word.
mhm,
I don't see how them can say that it's not racially motivated. But thank God so those brothers and sisters was around. And there was one brother that wasn't holding back no punches.
mhm.
Yeah, man, he made them have it. Serious, I love that.
Yeah,
About time.
yeah, yeah. Queen.
Well, like like you said, it's he was defending what he was his job, and they felt that they had the right to be wherever they were, or put whatever they want to put wherever they want to put. So that was the thing. But then I guess the whole thing was handled wrongly. It was handled wrongfully, and of course the white guy was in the wrong because he threw the first punch. He
Okay,
threw the first punch, and
when
after he threw that punch, I guess everything just got out of hand because then the black guy decided that he wasn't going to go out like that, so he started throwing punches, and next thing I knew, I see everybody running in to attack. They didn't even ask questions; they just start attacking him, and that was wrong. So I can't understand why the police or the investigators why they can't see because it's there vivid on the tape. If you watch the tape, you see what happened, the whole occurrence, and even what those folks on the boat was saying. If you was listening to what they were saying, they was telling you what was happening. You know, even though we was looking in, but they were telling you what was happening. Even when the guy got off the boat and swam across there, they were telling you what he was doing. You know, so I mean, it's all there, and the evidence is there. So I can't understand why they wouldn't charge that white guy for embezzlement or whatever.
well, I thought that they were going to charge, but for me,
Mm,
I'm very proud of the black folks, melanated skin individuals that stood up and defended their
assist,
brother.
yeah,
You know what
assistant,
I'm
yeah.
saying? I felt very good, and I was just hoping that with this happening, that black people can really come together and stop killing off each other and
Mm,
understand that together we are a force to be reckoned with. You know,
yeah.
I look at the white individuals as a bunch of some cowards that
Mm,
all of them had to come and jump and beat up one person. One
mm,
man, like you said, that was doing his job. You know,
mm,
and there was a young lady that had gotten fired, but I was told that she was going to get back that she got back that job. So I'm hoping that that is true. Not just also that's the same thing happening with Jamaica because we're gonna bundle the two together, and look at it and look at it as racism in both cases. Can it be racism with ethnicity, and also racism with culture? Because
Racism is racism. Look how in Jamaica years ago, it still even persist. Even now, it still exists, where the blacks fighting against the Rastafarians. You know what I mean?
yeah, well, I
And
understand.
it's
I'm
like
talking about. I'm
that's
even talking about.
racism.
But yeah, that's definitely racism. But I'm even elaborating more on the riverboat incident in Montgomery, and the
Yeah.
incident in Jamaica in Rio, with the Rio incident, where this Black American feel that she just can take some
Okay.
juice and throw it in at somebody's
So
face. That's
yeah.
disrespectful. That you feel that you can come to because we're a third world country, and they always look at us as man. I remember coming here at a very young age, and everything was go back home on your banana boat. I didn't come here on a banana boat, just in case you didn't know. I came on a plane. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, to this day, a lot of African Americans have an issue with people from third world countries.
Yeah.
you know so I just looked at that, and I was thinking, can we look at this as well, of her um being told that something cannot happen, and then you're taking upon yourself and take this water or this liquor and fling it inside of this lady face. She should have get, I don't advocate for violence, but sometimes violence is necessary.
Mm.
Okay. I'm definitely not one that advocates for that.
Violence is
But I feel in
necessary.
the two cases, I feel in the two
Necessary.
situations, what happened was what needed to happen. You
Right.
know, and I was told that the young lady in Rio had gotten fired. But then again today, in this instance as well, someone advised me that no, she didn't get fired. So I'm still looking into that one, because there was an individual that was there that advised me last week, over the weekend, that she did get fired, and those individuals were offered an extra night stay at the Rio free of charge. Okay. And the young lady, I understand that we can always look at, oh, it's not professional. And, you know, she knows that that might be a part of her job. But where do we draw the line? When
Well,
where
like
do we
like
draw the line of what is acceptable and what is not acceptable of patrons that are.
Well, some people deliberately set out to do that, but then also the reasoning is that the Black Americans or whoever, they feel that they pay X amount of money to that hotel or what have you, to for service, to come and relax and basically, get pampered or what have you, and they feel that they can talk to the workers that way, not knowing that really the workers are getting just little pittance, um, each week. Because some of them don't really know how much they're getting paid unless they
Queen,
talk to them.
Queen, it doesn't even matter what a person is getting paid. Respect is due, period. You don't take your cup and fling throw no juice in nobody's face. That's just
True.
disrespectful. We have a call on the line. Caller.
Hey, this is Tony from Let's Drive. Hi guys, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Don,
Doing
yeah.
Hey,
good.
hey, hey.
My sister, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I had to call in to chime in. Can I start off by saying I condone violence. When you throw your hands, everything else go out the door. It goes out the door when you put your hands on someone.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
And as Queenie was saying, as far as Jamaica is concerned, yeah, the Ryu franchise, they accommodate their guests more than their employees.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
what it is customers is not always right. And with that being said, that is very disrespectful, throwing any kind of liquid on someone.
Yeah.
Because I heard that because they were behaving badly, and they were reported to the hotel. So the supervisor, the young lady with the supervisor, went in to have a conversation with them. That's how that started. However the cases may be, we know how it is in America. You do have the privileged people, the white ones, and but also black also believe that they're privileged as well, and they behave a certain type of way when they go certain places as well. So in both
Yeah.
cases, I agree with the outcome of it because we have to put our feet down.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. It's not even about just the color, racism. It's about respect.
Yes.
People need to have respect. Keep your hands to yourself, and then you won't have to deal with the repercussions. That's my opinion with both situations.
That's it. That's how
On,
I feel as
on
well.
top on top of that, welcome, Tanya, welcome. But on top of
And
that,
you were
in a group of 2 or 3 or 4 people, friends or family, and one started something, the others can say, no, this is wrong, we're not here for that. Everybody just feel it's a free for all and just thinking Jamaicans are pushover or black people are pushover. Those days are done. Black folks are not running away from white folks no more. They're not running away from black folks no more. They're standing and defending themselves. Whether they lose their jobs or not. They don't care how things turned out. They're going to defend themselves. Those days are over. The 60s, 70s, 80s, it's over. So I hope folks watch this and realize before I go and challenge the next person, disrespect the next person, this person may be having a rough time of his life or her life, and they could end my life. Some people are in some bad positions right now in life, and all they're waiting for is the wrong person to step to them the wrong way, and it's lights out. So I'm hoping people watch this and learn from it.
Yeah. I'm hoping that people watch it, learn from it, and also come together. I hope it bring a different unification with our melanated skin people, our black people, you know, and I'm hoping that, other ethnicity understand that, this is no longer is going to be tolerated. I mean,
No,
black Americans, white Americans, whomever visit Jamaica or any other third world country, to understand that it is not acceptable anymore. You all are not going to be spitting on us. You all are not going to be throwing things in our liquor, water, whatever it is in our face. You're going to learn to respect us, not because we are offering you service. We're servicing you means that you ought to take liberty of me for servicing you, and it's so pivotal that the Montgomery riverboat thing occurred where slaves, our ancestors, were sold. So I don't know if that was something that was in their mind, feeling like, okay, we can take advantage of this man because of where we're at. We're in Montgomery, but you know, enough is enough, and yeah, enough is enough. And I definitely commend each and every one that participated with defending that young man. And I also send big ups and kudos to the young man that swam. Don't know if he was going to be swimming with alligators or whatever
Yeah,
that
just
was.
took off.
Yeah, I definitely
Commend them, yes.
him for that. You know,
Yeah.
this racism thing is really something that is serious. There was today there was six ranking deputies out of Mississippi as well that
Mhm.
pleaded guilty to 16 charges of beating, sexually
Yeah.
assaulting, waterboarding, while these two young men were
Yeah.
handcuffed. All
Yeah.
right. Because they must have heard that I guess she was dating a white, they were dating or messing with some white, a white woman or some white women. And one of these individuals, Michael Jenkins, was even shot in the mouth,
Yeah.
you know, and the other individuals was Eddie Terrell. So I'm hoping that justice continue to preserve, and I want to say big shouts to Christian Carr. She is the U.S. Department of Justice. Um, she is on she's on the board of the U.S. Department of Justice, and I just want to shout her out for being diligent in making sure that this take place. And these guys, I mean, all of this, the torture that they went through on the hands of white police officers whom sworn to uphold the law, you know, and I'm just hoping that this Montgomery will also let a lot of these white people know that enough is enough. Lamar Richards, there's a white judge, Stephen Murphy III, whom claims that he looks like a criminal and wanted to give him 10 years in jail.
But look at the 19-year-old child, girl that died last month in Fulton County Jail in her cell. They're saying there's no foul play, and like the family is saying, no one can account for her death. They're saying they don't see any indication of foul play, but yet still she's dead in her cell, 19-year-old, and they didn't inform the family. The mom came here to see her, and when she came here, that's when she found out that her daughter was dead, and
I think
she's
that
been
all
good
of
to.
these people need to start to be held accountable
Yeah,
for
accountable. That's
what
what I'm
they
saying. That's
are
it.
doing and saying,
Yeah.
you
Now
know.
this is an ongoing case because they're demanding. The family is demanding that they get some type of information on what happened and what took place and what's being done. But the police, the they get away with so much. They get away with so much because of that code of conduct and code of ethics and
They get
code
away
of.
with so much because of race. All of this, to me, all of it is racism. When you're stopping
Mm,
people and giving them charges that is not warranted because
yeah.
of the color of their skins, because you're going to another country, you're throwing water in somebody's face because their culture, you know,
Mm,
you're going and you're being disrespectful to an employee over there in the Montgomery Riverboat incident. I mean, all of these things, the deputies, all of
yeah.
these things is all based off of race and culture.
And hers was, they said she had mental issues.
Well, we definitely have to get back to the mental.
Yeah, yeah,
We
but
definitely have to get back
yeah,
to
it's
the
it's
mental health.
it's it's a lot, but. But her mom said she was not mental to hurt herself or anyone.
Yeah.
It wasn't that type of mental issue she had, and they arrested her, and she ended up coming from Florida and came here, and they arrested her, and she thinking she going back home. Next thing you know, the mom thought she was coming back home. Next thing you know, she died.
Donna says jails are hostage camp. She said they locked me up for over a year, then took my mother and daughter.
Mm,
That's serious.
mm.
That's serious right there, Donna. That's serious right there. Not knowing what they locked you up for, but
Mm.
it's serious that they even took your mother and daughter along with after locking you up. That's just crazy, and Donna has a way of using this word they. So when we're gonna elaborate on the they that I think that you're talking about, Donna. All right. Donna, I was watching also a video that you put on I think it was Facebook, where you was walking on a bridge. Later on we'll talk about that and you tell me what was going on over there with that situation. But any more comments as to the respect to mute your phone. If there's any more comments, the number is 706-955-2001. That is 706-955 2001. Let me mute up the respecter. 2001 if you wanted to make a comment in regards to the Montgomery riverboat incident, Montgomery, Alabama riverboat incident, and also to the Jamaica Rio, just racism and all of that in its entirety. Tonya, you're gonna hang with us for a minute?
Yeah, and before we go, I wanted to say, you know how hold on one second. Like in other countries like Japan, China, Dubai, when you go to their country, if you don't abide by their rules, you go to jail.
Yep. Right.
It would be so good if Jamaica would say, you come here and you behave badly, you can't come back.
Yes. Well,
or if you do a crime here, you're going to do your time here.
Well, that lady, oh gosh, Chambo, I think is her name. That lady Chambo
The
in
rapper?
Jamaica. No. It's it's a lady that has a Airbnb in Jamaica, and she had came out and said that she would not rent her place anymore to certain black Americans, and they rode this lady. They rode this lady like there was no tomorrow because she made that statement.
I know the barefoot lady, the one who had the country living.
Yeah.
The country. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. Well, someone caller that just called in from a 646. If you can turn down your radio in the background, please.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Did you want to make a comment in regards to the Alabama or Jamaica or just racism in general?
No, I was just calling in to speak to you about the day, elaborate more on the day when I say day, and me walking on the bridge.
Okay.
To explain that video. So so I'm here. So I'll just be listening in until you're ready to touch that topic.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, because we're gonna touch that day. Well, real quick, what is the day? But we're not gonna go into the fullness of it. But when you use they, who's the they that we're talking about?
Okay, for me, right, it's the people in this, the people who are involved in this conspiracy. Okay, because it's so much of them. It's not a specific status of people, so it's not to say, oh, it's just the government or it's just police officers or doctors. It's people of many different roles. Okay, so this is a legacy related matter. Okay, and when I say they, I'm referring to them. It's like Bob said, I throw my car on and I didn't call no foul. If you want to take it up, then I'm referring to you. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So it's whoever, because so many people are involved in this organization, right? That like they said, is enough for them, right? So I can't really pinpoint. Like I said, you have some people who are police officers, you have people that are doctors, you have some people who are rich, you have some people who are poor. It's not any sort of individuals of a specific status.
Okay, all righty. I get you.
Okay, yeah.
I kind of understand what she's saying, lady.
Yes. Yes, I
we
definitely.
talk about this a few times, that it seems like every race of people are around the table planning ahead of time how to get over, how to destroy a race of people. They're always planning on how, if this happened, who to call to get off the situation, get out of the situation. Every race is doing it except the black race. All the black race is doing is defending themselves against other races, even against their own kind.
Black
So it's
people
kind of
Go ahead.
It's
I'm
kind of
sorry.
like scientists. Scientists have too much power. Government have too much power, and business owners, millionaires, billionaires have too much power. Because if you have money and you have some connections, you basically feel you can do anything, get away with it. So they use the people who are the most corrupt to get their duty done, what they want to have done.
But black people don't have a strategy.
They don't.
They don't have, and they don't have a strategy because they don't know how to come together. You know, that's all around the world. So even with the coup that's going on in Niger, you know, it's something to watch. It's something to watch. You know, of when they said they're tired of being sold out.
Yeah.
You know, everyone is saying, oh, they kidnapped the president that was elected democratically and all of these stuff. But what is that president doing? Just like what is our president in Jamaica doing? And there's somewhere someone have to say it. We as black people, as citizens, have to say enough is enough. And that's what Niger is doing. And it's just so happened
But
that
then you find that same thing in a lot of these countries, Jamaica, Niger. The thing is, the
hey,
crowd is split. There is some for it, some against it. Just like in Jamaica, there is some for the TMP, some for the labor right. So it's like it's split, so they still can't come together, and that's what always create problem, because people cannot come together as one and work together as one. There is
because
always one wants more power than the other.
they're
And
all
it,
looking at politics instead of
yeah,
looking at life
yeah, yeah.
and their futures. Everyone they are being loyal. Is
Mhm.
it loyal to a certain party?
Oh, they,
You know, versus being loyal to better living conditions, you know, to having better food, to having a chance to become entrepreneurs in their own country and not be put on the side of the streets, and other people whom are migrating being given these buildings, you know, and given all of these breaks, you know, and selling out, not Niger, selling out their uranium and things like that and their gold,
hmm
you know.
And
So
yeah, it's all for power, because you see, the more you have is the more power you have. In these, especially these small countries and these third world countries and what have you. That's what the issue is. The more money you have is the more power you have. So if you can show X amount of money, then you can control certain areas, and they'll do anything in necessary to keep it that way. And that's what even going on with the Jamaican government. They see the big picture, and they're reaping from that big picture, so therefore they're gonna sell out,
yeah,
and that's what they're doing to Jamaica, selling out. Same thing with Niger, same thing going on. You see what I'm saying to you? Because these people seen the Russian willing to invest, all of these other countries. I guess they felt that Italy wasn't investing enough money, so therefore they throw them out and burn their flag. You know what I mean? But then these big giant countries now, here they are stepping in, and because of the capital, the money they have, they selling out their own. And that's what's going on there. That's what's going on in Jamaica.
um uh, Tonya, you want to touch it, and then the Respecter, you want to touch it?
Sure. Tonya,
Yes, you could go ahead, Inspector. You can go ahead.
I was just thinking about, all that y'all are saying, and just remembering Jamaica had the right people in place in the 60s coming up. How richer Jamaica would have been and better. But due to Britain, America, and other countries dictating to Jamaica about the marijuana and manipulate the backside. All this valuable stuff they took from Jamaica for a little bit of money and things that Jamaicans couldn't do with their farming and so forth, but they could do it freely. Right now, marijuana is legalized in most of the United States, Canada, and other places, but yet Jamaica is still holding back something that is so valuable because of dictatorship from other countries, leaders. And until the black people come together, like Lady is saying, black government and the people, it's not going to be any changes as far as us being a unit, being united, and position ourselves to be financially set. It's just so many things that is greater that comes out of Jamaica. And the whole world wants it, but they want it for free. And Jamaica government refused to stand firm and said, no, time change. This is more valuable than you're making it seem. If it weren't valuable, you wouldn't be coming for it. So until that happens, nothing's gonna change.
Well, I'm just holding on to hopefully the world that encompasses black people. You know, those countries that is majority black can look at a situation such as the Montgomery situation and gain some type of motivation to come together and to fight for what is ours rightfully, whatever that is ours, rightfully fight for. In Jamaica, you know, the the cockpit countries, you know, in Niger and in a lot of other places in Africa, you know, there are minerals, you know, that that the world wants, you know, the gold and the uranium and the everything else that they have, the oil and everything else that they have to offer, because Niger is one of the second poorest country in the world with all of these riches that are in that country. That's crazy. That's crazy. Don Minett says, people of African descent will never truly come together until there is a united Africa, and Africa in
That's how it's looking right now.
yeah.
Well, they had a demonstration for the first time. It was a large one because I saw the amount of people, and I'm telling you, I was kind of proud of them. They had a demonstration yelling for Holiness to resign. Um, and like I said, I haven't seen Andre been having demonstration, and I haven't seen such a large amount till this one. So they said there's a couple of agencies that are coming together and working together to do these demonstrations. So let's see what happens. Maybe people are waking up. Maybe black folks waking up, and like Don Miner, they might be coming together. Don, you never know.
Well, but I agree with Don also when he says until there is a united Africa. You know, it does need to really start, I guess, in the motherland. And the motherland, I see a couple of the countries in Africa. I see that a lot of them are rallying with each other. I know that Nigeria backed out and told them that what they're doing is wrong, and a couple of other countries in Africa that is saying that it is what they're doing is wrong. But you do have a lot that is, you know, fighting for that, and you know, it's and they have a lot to look back at. You know, even Libya, they have a lot to look back at, and the poorness of Libya when Gaddafi was in power. Libya was rich. Now Libya is so poor since they assassinated him. You know.
Well, you know that
So, I mean,
region, they always have those coup and unrest in those regions. You know, that whole region, they always have problem there. And that include um, South Africa, Somalia, all those places. They always have problems and issues with each other. And that power struggle, always in those regions. The Ivory Coast, that whole region, Sierra Leone, all of those areas, they always have
And I guess
issues
that's
and
where, and I guess that's where Don came with the thought that, you know, if Africa is not united, then and they're fighting against one another left and right, then what do you think is expected of everyone else?
yeah, yeah.
Is going to fight as well.
That's it. That's. Well, we can still keep spreading the news, and hope that the news will reach some ears, and when the ears hear it, they'll try and even work towards it. But each one teach one, so we just have to keep spreading the news. People just have to keep, repeating these things and sending these information out to the public, because I'm quite sure there's a lot of folks didn't know about these issues. And someone said to me the other day that they like this program, because there are things that are talked about on it that she might not even have known if it wasn't listening to what we put out on this program. So, we just got to keep teaching each other, and hope that some people will practice the things that we need to do in order to change the situation and change Africa.
I'm wondering if some
Don,
country need a name change.
Don says, Don Minor says the multinational corporations continue to exploit the continent backed by America and other European countries.
So,
Really?
Yeah, and they do, because right now, even in Niger, we're looking at Russia and what's the next country there? Russia and I think there was there's four main countries that is into that they're saying that they look like they're going to go over to Niger and assist them with
yeah.
fighting France, because once again, all of these things can also lead to some world war business going around,
Well, that's
because,
what the thing is. Yes.
because when you look at the NATO, France is a part of the NATO, right? And when France get involved, and if France go to war, America is over there too. America is a part of the NATO. So you have all of these NATO countries that are gonna try to come together to fight Niger. And I don't know how the hell they're gonna come into someone's country and want to fight them for their beliefs and what and what they want
But
done.
they have interest. They have interest in that country, so therefore they're gonna get involved to
but
protect, and they're gonna say to protect their interest.
but an interest is not a right. So they should not have a right to come, especially when they weren't asked to come and to exalt themselves in that country.
But let me tell you something. You see these big countries, they have a lot of power, a lot of clout, and that's what we gotta understand, that some people, they rely on them and them not taking away certain privilege or certain handout that they give them, so they yield sometimes to these countries because of that. Especially this place Niger is small, so it's like the who's gonna give them the most money, that's who they're gonna lean towards.
And that's the problem.
That's I mean, and that's where the struggle is, because everybody wants to be that person. All the countries want to be that person. all the big out of the big seven, all of the big seven, they want to be that country. So that's where the problem is. Same thing going on with Jamaica. They all want a piece of Jamaica.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
They are they want what we have. Let's take a quick station break and let's go on to I know Queen, you had some follow up on the cockpit country situation that's going on there, right?
yeah.
Right. And I know the respecter have a comment, some information that he as well wanted to share in regards to Haile Selassie and Rastafari. Correct, the respecter?
Correct, Mondo.
All right. So let's take a quick station break update. We want to say big shouts to the Victorious 89.1 FM crew as well, Dr. J and the crew over there. Thanks for always carrying the Powerhouse Radio and all of our fantabulous programmings over on this end. Want to say big shouts to each and everyone listening via the Facebook and the YouTube channels. And I want to say massive shouts to each and everyone who continues to listen through us via our website at www.dapowerhouseradio.com, through our telephone lines at 667-930-9036, and also through our TuneIn app. We want to say big shouts to you as well, and thank you for your support. If it's your first time once again joining us, we want to welcome you and hope it's most definitely will not be the last time that you definitely join us. If you have a reason and topic that you would like us to discuss, please send it over to dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. That's dapowerhouseradio, dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. And do know our motto over here is we agree to disagree. There's no topic that is off the limits, off the table that we won't discuss. We just discuss it tactfully. And we just ask each and everyone to respect each and everyone's opinion. We don't have to agree, but we can agree to disagree. How about that?
Live September 16, 2023, original rock study the reggae story with Keith and Tex, Monty Montgomery, Rudy Mills, and live at Premier Restaurant and Lounge. It's Barry Big. That's 6924 Main Street, Lithonia, Georgia, all backed by Black Diamond. Doors open at 8 p.m. Showtime 9 p.m. That's right, performing live, Rudy Mills. Get your tickets now or pay more at the door. Call 404-246-1809. That's 404-246-1809. Original Rocksteady Story live at Premier Restaurant and Lounge with Keith and Tex, Barry Biggs, Rudy Mills, Monty Montgomery, and Stereo Birthday Band. September 16, 2023, live at Premier Restaurant and Lounge, 6924 Main Street, Lithonia, Georgia. Rock study the reggae story.
The Hinkson Firm's mission is to provide superior legal service in the areas of family law, child welfare law, general legal services, and mediation by keeping convenience of the clients at the forefront. The Hinkson Firm's goal is to eliminate the stress of an already intense situation in your life by coming directly to your workplace and or a location close to your home for consultation, meetings, and mediation. The Hinkson Firm customized legal attention based on the needs of each client while treating every client with the dignity and respect they deserve, while fighting strongly and fiercely for justice and their legal rights. The Hinkson Firm can be reached at 470-499-4704.
I also want to take this opportunity to invite each and every one to our fantabulous programming on Wednesdays. We do have Let's Gripe with Tonya McKenna and Marcus each and every Wednesdays from 7 p.m. up until the 8 o'clock hour. So be sure to join them. All right, good topics each and every Wednesday. And also be sure to join us as you are doing right now for Reasoning Thursdays, each and every Thursdays from 8 p.m. up until 10 o'clock. Right? Spread the word, tell a friend, share the links Also, make sure that you join me for the Lady D show each and every Saturdays from 12 p.m. up until the 4 o'clock hour, where we do nothing but big people music, vibes, energy, joke of the day, your interviews, views, what you know about it, and all of these things. Your headliners and entertainment headliners each and every Saturdays from 12 p.m. up until the 4 o'clock hour, right here on the Powerhouse Radio, streaming live as well on the Victorious 89.1 FM. Well, we're back in Queen. You want to kick it off, or you want the respecter to go on first with his topic?
Well, Fetcher, you can go ahead and then I'll just chime in because it all intertwined anyway.
Yes, respect. I was just doing a little searching this week and questioning some things why the world government is the way it is, basically in every country, and why the people continue to be the way they are. And I look back at Pharaoh, all the leaders who just treat people so badly. And there's a particular man who Rastafarians consider to be God. Now, this man here at times, he was a good man. But along the way, something happened. And he became selfish, forget about people, his people. And to this day, if you find any real Ethiopian, they will tell you that that man was not a good emperor. That man was not the God that Rastafarian think he is. Furthermore, for myself, I would not praise no man or woman of any country. I would not treat them like God because all of them failed the people, from Pharaoh
Oh,
to the present ones. My question now, at times I challenge God within my spirit, where I say Jehovah, Yahweh, Jah, whatever I'm really answer to, Heavenly Father. I look at life situations and I'm truthfully not afraid to say government everywhere in every country have done the people wrong, mainly the poor people. And if you listen to all of them their speeches is addressed rich and middle class. They don't talk about the poor and needy, the homeless. So Rastafarians, I do believe Rastafarians who truly believe that Selassie is God, let them just take a minute and look into themselves, analyze, learn about the Ethiopians during those times, Emperor Selassie reigning, and analyze and see if this man really had the qualification of a God supposed to take care of not only his people, but the neighboring people throughout the world. So I would not let anyone feel and believe that I believe that Selassie was more than an emperor. And there's so many powerful Rasta men in this world and women who knows the truth. But for whatever reason, as far as government is concerned and leadership is concerned, you're afraid to step out into the light. They're afraid to challenge the ballad, as they say. Because the ballad been failing humanity for a long time. In government and other places. So I'm just hoping that they will stop wasting time praising a normal man, because that's all he was, a normal man. He made mistake just like a regular man. He loved his people at one point. He had some powerful leaders throughout this world bow down to him at some point, praise him like he was God, or. So he had his tricks and trades here and there, but And overall, he failed his people. That's the facts. He let his people down. Whatever happened to him to let that happen, he did it. At one point, he spent $83,000 on his 80th birthday, and his people were suffering. Now, this is just stories that someone wrote. I don't know if it's true or false, but it's in the history. So for a man to do that, knowing that his people is suffering, that's wrong. And it's so many like that right now in this world. Start out good, and along the way, something or someone come and just turn him in the wrong direction. And they turn their back on their people. And the people suffer and suffer and suffer. And when it's time for re-election, they send a few dollars to the people. It's sad. I just hope that Rastafarians wake up and look into themselves and become the leader that they know they can become, and step out and challenge somebody in government.
Well, you have people that's trying to do that, like Chief Curry, um, with what is going on with in Maroon Town, and not just Maroon Town, but the cockpit country. The cockpit country, what's going on up there, and trying to steal the minerals and that are high up there and in high demand. We talk about Nigeria having uranium, but Jamaica don't just have uranium. We have all sorts of minerals there now, finding out. Um, there's some caves that are untouched. And the other day I was watching a program with these young Jamaican bloggers, and they were in a cave. And this cave, you can see that that cave was untouched. And they what they were trying to do was to preserve it so that nothing would change in it or anyone would really know about it. But if you see it's on YouTube, but if you see inside of that cave, it looks like, when I was looking at it, it looks like alien. You know them alien thing you see with the scale looking. You should see how that look. To say there are things up there in those mountains that we do not know about, and because of that, they're fighting for it. And I guess they're using bauxite as the front. But I think it is more than bauxite that is up there in the cockpit country. There's some things that they don't want us to know about that's up there. So they're fighting for it. And those trucks, those 6 trucks that we talked about, the 6 green truck, they're still saying that it's owned by a private company, and but they're all in bauxite also. That's their job. So it's a lot of stuff going on. Like you're saying, Spectre, there's a lot of things going on there that is unaccounted for, and things that the government they're being secretive about, and not, whether it's payoff or whatever reason they're doing it, but it's being kept under wraps. But the cockpit, focus on the cockpit countries, because there's a lot of things going on there. Because, like Chief Curry said, it says from the 1960s, Jamaica could have had their liberation from then, but for some reason, one group of Jamaicans, they decided that they did not want that. So
Okay.
that's how we end up how we are now.
Let
So
me cut you a little bit, Queen, because
yeah.
we were um Respecter was on the religious part of it, on in regards to Rastafari and Haile Selassie and him being a man, and being a man with blemishes. And so
Hmm.
I don't want the listening audience to get lost as to the what you were speaking of in regards to the cockpit country, because we are going to talk about that. But what I wanted first to address is what the respecter said in regards to Rastafari. Because someone correct me years ago, maybe about 15 to 18 years ago. Debbie corrected me and said it's not Rastafarian, it's called Rastafari. And because we were talking and it was the Rastafarians, she says no, lady D, it's not Rastaf. So if it's called Rastafari. On the belief of what you're saying, on the and then I hear you, Donna, wanting to chime in, as you being a Rastafari sister. So so just hold for 1 minute, with your rebuttal on what the respecter was saying. In some ways, it leaves me kind of kind of unsure, as well as to Rastafari itself and where the concept came that Selassie is God. I just always looked at it as that a lot of Jamaicans had seen a Rasta man and someone that looks like them and just figured to call him God. But what did he do that was really so godly, like God creating the heavens and the earth, and the trees, and separating the waters, and supposed to be, and creating human, you know. So on that avenue, I kind of understand what you're saying, the respecter. And as to um saying that he is God, God is supposed to be of love and take and helping the poor, and not just the rich and the middle class, as you stated. So I understand where you're coming from with that as well. But as we have Queen, and as we have Donna on the line as Rastafari, as Donna as Rastafari Queen, you can go ahead and maybe answer, because I heard you trying to chime in here and there when the respecter was talking. So go ahead and let's hear your point on that. And the numbers, one moment. The numbers right here is 706-955-2001. That's 706-955-2001 if you want to call in and give your opinion on it. Go ahead, Donna.
Okay, so in regards to what Don Minot had said Africa has to unite, this is what His Imperial Majesty did when he formed the Organization of African Unity in 1963, when he brought 32 countries in Africa together, never ever seen before, right? To unite the people, okay? The war between Mussolini and Ethiopia was His Imperial Majesty defending the people, Ethiopians and Italians as well, because he observed them poisoning the crops with their jet planes, okay, spraying the crops and poisoning our people. Right here and now today, that is being, this is what's taking place right now, okay? They're modifying our food with garbages, okay? So with garbage is what they're using to modify our food. This is why we have cancers and all of the things that His Imperial Majesty fought for the people, okay? And the Bible said that God will come again in the flesh as King of Kings, Lords of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. He is the person who fits that trait, okay? So the whole thing that was described in the Bible about God coming again, He is the King of Kings, Lords of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, who fits that description. And not only because, He's not the only king, and Rastafarians, that's why they searched until they found Him. And it's due to His teachings why we look at Him as God Almighty. And everything that He fought for is exactly what's happening now. And we've been changed a long time ago. So when people say whatever in their history books, because I don't even believe everything that is stated in history books, certain things in regards to the Holocaust, things we were taught in school. You see a bunch of pictures with people. You don't know if it's Hitler who actually caused this upon the Jews. Okay, they can tell you anything because that same thing occurred on 9/11/2001, and Hitler is not here. Okay, so it's someone else. All right, because what they do, it's a brainwash thing. And what they teach you in school is not actually factual. Okay, so you can put a whole bunch of bodies for 9/11, and then years from now say Lady D and Donna Moody is the one who's responsible for 9/11. And if your children are taught that in school, years from now, they will believe. If they want to look at how they frame me, you're framing me. And I had the video on Facebook, and we erased the video.
Well,
That's
let me
to
ask you
show you
this.
how much.
Let me
Mhm.
ask you this, Donna.
Yes.
The basis
Mhm.
for Rastafari to call Haile Selassie king
Mhm.
is because of things that was written in the Bible that well, no, you said the description of what was in the Bible
Right.
fits him. He's
Mhm.
the only one that description fitted.
Yes, I mean, they
Okay.
spoke about the kings of kings. You know, there's many kings around the world. Okay, the King of Kings, the Lords of Lords, the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. When we searched, right, he's the only person who fits that description. Is his teachings. Bob Marley mentioned this in one of his interviews. Is his teachings. That's why we know that he's God. Okay, he don't make war or any of those things like that. He practiced unity. So this is why I
So
mentioned the organization of African unity that was formed in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia in 1963. Okay, so he was always for the people. Okay,
so with
go ahead.
what the Respecter says in regards to in some way it sound like, and correct me if I'm not saying it correctly, the Respecter, in
Okay.
some form of way, in his own way he was selfish, because a lot of we maybe Rastafari saw certain quantities, but they didn't know the complete person, because we're in Jamaica and he's in Africa. So is it where you didn't get there?
Okay.
Now what he did,
Wait,
like
Go
I
ahead,
said,
Respecter.
what I said is that, there were
I don't,
times,
go ahead.
early years, when he did a lot of good things for the people.
Mhm.
He even built a university for the people.
Mhm.
But there were times when the economy started getting bad and people started to rebel. And he had to leave for, I think, 5 or 6 years to go to England. And
This is what.
he did some studying and meet with some dignitary people. And then when he made his way back to Ethiopia, he kind of revived the people again. You know,
You see, that's
he,
when they change us.
and
This is-
let me
You
get to
see,
the point.
okay, go ahead.
I'm I'm not
I don't want to answer.
I'm not gonna go through all of it, that because it's a lot to talk about. But the main part of what I'm trying to explain is that
Mm-hmm.
if the Bible said that there's only one God,
Mm-hmm.
Bible scholars, you
And his.
can't talk to nobody who think they read the book 5, 6 times over. They all believe there's one God, but at the same time they'll tell you that Jesus is God. Now people get
Mm-hmm.
Jesus mixed up with God. And people tell you that Jesus was there with God in the beginning. That's when he said, "Let us make man in our images and likeness." So all the things that the book has said and people are saying, it really needs to make sense to me, because Selassie, if he is Jesus to man or God, he's definitely not God, because they talk about the kings of kings, meaning Jesus Christ, not God himself.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if he was, let's say he was who you think he is, I wouldn't acknowledge him as my God or Jesus, because
Well,
the people on the overall suffer. And to me, having God-like powers, which we all heard, God can see us where we are. He can read our thoughts. You know what we're going to say before we say it. He knows us. All the things that people say about God and Jesus. So this man have one country, Ethiopia, to take care of. And the
mhm.
people were going through, even had what is a slaves at the time. Under his leadership, there were slaves among his leadership. Do you know how bad it is to be a slave? You don't have no time for you because you're being dictated to. Do this, do that. What time do you have to rest and live and have some fun in life? And for me as a black man, to have slaves. And another thing, the kings. I do not believe and rate and praise kings, because all kings, if you look back in history, all kings are wicked people, because the people suffer. And people celebrate the billionaires. Even today, the billionaires, people celebrate them.
There's some
And
good
people
kings.
are suffering.
There's some good kings.
There's no,
Okay, but they
you're
said okay
billionaires.
before
I guess we need to
they
get some scholars in here.
okay.
Whereas
So the
Selassie I
so
is not
they
God,
said
he's not Jesus. He's
they
just the
said what? All
emperor.
right. Okay. So I'm not. I don't force him on anyone, and I
Everybody
don't.
to
I don't
their entitled to
restrict
their
anyone who
own.
doesn't believe in him. All I
Yeah.
say is that the Bible says his when you mention his name, it's gonna be dreadful amongst the heathen, and that is the perfect fact that I use to show that he is the Almighty God that the Bible is referring to.
No,
His
he's not.
name is gonna be what?
He's not.
Dreadful amongst the heathen.
He's not.
So that's just what it is. Tell me who. So then, who would you refer to as the God that is going to return in the flesh?
If we
That the
want
Bible
to
is
think
talking
about
about?
it, that, and I'm saying it's not God. People are talking about Jesus, because now people gave all the power to Jesus, and God is get pushed aside. Because people are saying Jesus, sweetest name I know is Jesus. It's not God no more. It's just some of the things that we gotta look at and marinate on. Because if you think about it, Marcus Garvey came in the image of Jesus Christ. Even Sister Teresa, Sister, what's her name? Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Martin Luther, Mandela, so many black people that walk and practice and preach righteousness, equal rights and justice, and they died basically the same way Jesus died. Murder, crucified, whichever one you want to use. Selassie I, he was very close to being a good emperor. That's it. A normal human
Well,
being. He did his
the thing,
best.
he's a normal human being, but that's what they. If that was so, then a lot of these people wouldn't take offense to us believing knowing, because I don't even say believing, knowing that he's the Almighty God,
So
and
the
that's
Almighty
exactly
God
what the
failed the
Bible
people.
stated. When you know, well, how you gonna know? How you gonna make him out?
The
Is when
Almighty
you mention
God
his
failed his
name,
people then.
because it's
Well,
excuse
I
me.
guess I guess we can always say that in regards to Jesus, because there's a lot of people who feel that he is God. So
Right.
yeah, so I guess it's what you believe, and
That's what I was saying.
it's what
That's
you
what I've been
study
saying.
choose to
You
believe
can't
in
impose your beliefs on others.
others. Yeah.
Everybody have to. It says, "Seek and you shall find." So you, if you're
Right.
and
interested
and you're
in,
and you're
And I
seeking the
and,
respecter, and you're finding what
and I
and you're finding,
yeah,
and
you know,
you're
so
was
finding.
not
But
found because I would not be here if it was not for him. And if Jesus or God knew everything, then they wouldn't he wouldn't have been betrayed by Judas. Okay,
one of
so
the
you
things,
can't stop people.
Well, they said he knew he
If
was
he
going to be betrayed, but you see,
yeah,
this
he
this
knew
that
and
it was
it
gonna
you
be
know
was
that's
Judas. He didn't stop
for the glory,
stop you
for the
from
glory
betraying.
of God.
this is
It
why
was all to glorify God.
we um I think we might need to. I don't know if we want to get. Listen, we spent one time almost 3 months, I think it was,
Mm, mm,
on
mm.
religion, and each person has their own beliefs. Rastafari looks in believe in Haile Selassie. Um, Chinese believe in the Buddha. You know, every different cultures or different or because we just have to say religion, you know, believe in their own gods. So
Hmm.
so
Right.
for
Well,
Rastafari, that is whom they considered, and I guess we can't necessarily
that's
dissect
that's
whom
is
whom
they exactly dissect like they dissected Kennedy because that's why Kennedy called upon him, and that's why he came and he addressed the United Nations in 1963 with that speech. And then what did Papa Doc do? He took the credit for the death of JFK, saying he worked Obia and killed John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy was never killed. He's also Papa Doc also studied dissecting in the University of Chicago.
okay,
Okay,
yeah,
so if you look at the statue at Grand Army Plaza, you can clearly see that John F. Kennedy has no limbs, so he
okay,
was dissected.
okay,
And that
we're going to
was
get
just a
back to
movie. His assassination was just a movie.
okay, we're going to
So
get
he
back
knew
to
he
those.
knew God was black,
We'll get
and he
back
knew
to
it was
so
okay.
you said Kennedy knew
We can
God
go.
was black. Okay, we were going to get back to that because you
Okay,
gone with the
so that's why he called
dissecting.
him
Okay,
because it was a secret government war. It was a secret war, and the government kept it. It was the best kept government secret. So he
okay,
calls upon him. He knows that's why they you see the people who work witchcraft and is against anything that's godly. This is why they took the credit that they worked Obia and killed John F. Kennedy.
to be
That's
continued on.
Papa Doc. That came from
okay, yeah.
his own mouth.
So let's that is
We're going to continue that.
like the respecter said. Let's con that is to be continued because it's
Yeah, let
9:30.
it be
It's
continued.
yeah,
Okay.
it's 9:32 on the powerhouse clock. We got half an hour more, and we want to go quickly into Queen topic, and then as Queen was explaining to us in regards to the country and saying that the trucks are still there and they still don't know whom
If they
who
belong
owns the
to,
trucks and all of that. Is there any other Jamaican
yeah,
news that you have for us, Queen?
no, there's just a lot of mess there. That's all. There's so much killing, so much thing going on. Still, the killing is going on, just the same way. The eradication of black men is going on just the same way. Every day, one dying. Police corruption still there. Um, and the way you call it is being quiet. The Labor Party is being quiet. They're not talking. Nobody is talking. Nobody's saying anything.
Hmm. Well,
Okay.
there's a lot of
And
them that's coming down on Babsy. Babsy's getting a big fight, along with Andrew getting a big fight. And I started watching something in regards with Damien Crawford. was speaking up in regards to the Constitution, but honestly, I did fall out on it.
Well,
I started watching it this afternoon, but
like Curry said, there wouldn't have been a constitution like that if they in 1960 they had done what they supposed to have done. You know, the Jamaican people, and it's the same thing going on now. They're still not doing what they're supposed to do. So therefore, the same thing is going to happen. They're going to be sold out right under their nose. So. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on there lately. It's hard to keep track of it. I mean, everything is so corrupt, and right now it's like folks washing their hands, off, because they don't know what to do. Hopefully, like I said, these demonstrations that they're planning to do, hopefully it will help. Um, like I said, they had a big turnout. It was, I think that was, when was it? Monday or Tuesday. One of those days I saw that they had a big turnout. So hopefully, and they said they're planning several of them. So let's see what happens. Um, they're now nominating people in the areas. In the different constituencies now. They're officials. They're now putting in officials, electing officials. So maybe that's what's driving it. Maybe they are working for their areas. Let's see.
all right. Well, we'll definitely.
Jamaica is gonna be fine.
Jamaica don't have no choice but to be fine.
Jamaica is gonna be
It's
fine.
just Jamaica's gonna be fine as well as the world
Yes.
going to be
Yes.
fine.
Yes.
When they say the world coming to an end, I always laugh and said the world is not going to come to
Exactly.
an end. It's life as we know it.
Yes.
They come to an end.
Yes.
But God's earth is not going
You
anywhere.
stay there. You don't see them send up another rocket, another ship.
Huh?
Yeah, you
Generations
don't
will
see
come
them
and
send up
generations
another
will
ship.
go. The earth will remain
Yesterday they sent up another ship. They sent another ship up there. You stay
Don't
there. They
worry about
planning
that.
on destroying this dog on Earth, and now they talking about the two planet that they found. That planet one, planet two, up there. That look like life form can live on there. You heard about that, right?
Some things you
Now
gotta
they
ignore.
now they're testing to see if it can retain water.
Some things you gotta ignore.
You still ignoring it. Hey,
Some
it's
things
the
you gotta
it's
ignore.
their
You see,
plan.
you see what happened to those people that went into the Titanic? They want
Ah,
to experience.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But wait, the respecter, before we go on to the aliens, all right, tell
Uh,
us about the sexiness.
Oh God. Look,
you know what?
look.
I
I
was in a
ran. Look.
conversation the other day, and someone said something pertaining to an individual being sexy, and I said, "Yes,
Yeah,
okay."
No, look.
tell us about
So,
the sexiness real quick, and then let's get
Look.
to these aliens. I want to know
For
about the sexiness.
basically all my life, I ran track and field. I played soccer. I was football. Right. Right. I keep
yeah,
myself up. Right.
okay, okay.
So I never really look at me in the real, you know. And then I caught myself looking at me in the mirror one day, and I said, "Jesus Christ!" So you are 60, and you have 7 pack. Lord bless you. Thank you, Father. So one of these fine days, I'm going to do a nude show for a reasoning Thursday.
Oh,
You know,
So you
I'm
definitely
going I'm going to show you what I'm working with.
you definitely gonna want the you want YouTube and Facebook and then come block. No, 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 You know, you have to make a little laughter. We have
Look, he going
but
to turn, he
but
going to turn farmer girl. He going to turn farmer girl just now.
but
He go to
seriously,
one hard thing. What a farmer girl just thing.
I would love I would love my listeners to just take this seriously. So when you get older in life, that's all it is, getting older. So if you're 15 and things about a time to go sit down and dead. As you get older, look back to your younger days and try to relive the younger days. So exercise and eat right and just live. And you find
I
yourself.
don't know. I don't know about that.
I tell you,
Advice to tell him to try to relive.
The younger
I
days.
think there's
using your discretion.
Eh?
Using some discretion.
Okay.
Look back on your mistakes
Mhm.
and try to live better than you did when you make those mistakes.
Okay, like
On
eating wise and
right,
exercise.
on a financial point, and
Yeah.
how you handle females, how you handle men, how you handle relationship.
Mhm.
Just live better than you did when you was younger. Improve.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good advice. That's good advice right there.
But
Yeah.
that's something. Those are things that's always in your mind. When you sometimes when you sit down and mull over your life and what have you, and you say, "Did I do this correctly? How would I have done it better?"
Yes.
Things that you
Yeah.
analyze yourself.
Right.
And that's a good thing to do periodically. I do that sometimes with my own self. Even with my past relationships and I said, what could I have done better? Was it my fault? Was it that person's fault? You put all that stuff, and that makes you a better person because next time when you're faced with certain situations, you'll know how to handle it and how to deal with it in
Yeah,
an appropriate way.
but
Yeah.
then sometimes what I wanted to get people to understand, it's not even the. Sometimes it's not the same person. I've been experiencing this since I was a little girl before I could even date. I see people break people up, and it wasn't even that person. That's what I'm saying. It's hard for you to believe. Like if I say, well, Queen, if you look at it good, it wasn't your husband or
Okay,
whatever.
Donna's bringing us into the aliens and I
It,
was told last week they are not aliens. They're
it's
another
another life
life
form.
form. Okay. So we need to start using another life form and not aliens because I see that you're going to take us there, Donna. With when you keep
Definitely,
saying
because we have to stop letting them break us up. That's what His Imperial Majesty said. Until they are totally toppled and destroyed, everywhere will be war.
let me tell you
Okay,
something.
because
Let me tell you something.
it's not us.
Let me say,
And
I watched. Did
okay.
anyone watch? They cloned Tyrone.
Oh yeah, that's what we
If
were
you
talking
all,
about.
if you all have not
Wow.
watched, they
I know.
cloned Tyrone. And let me tell you something. I was driving the other day, and I passed this neighborhood. And when I passed this neighborhood, there was this truck in the middle of the street at a manhole. And when it says CCTV, um, on the truck, it says something CCTV. So then I start driving and I say, you know what? These movies, I always say a lot of the movies, if they don't go so they go near some. Because in their cloning time, you know what? I don't want to give away they clone. I don't want to give away the story with they cloning Tyrone. But man, in order for me to explain what I was gonna say, I have to
give it away. Give it away.
No, just you have to watch it. I heard. Don't give it away.
I
'Cause
don't
I
want to
want
give it
to see.
away.
My sister called me last week and told me to watch it,
I
and,
don't
and on Netflix. So
next
y'all go on
next
Netflix
week,
and watch it, and
next
we
week,
talk
yeah.
about it next
Yeah.
week.
We'll talk about the Tyrone thing next week, and we'll talk about
Next week.
my sighting of the CCTV next week. we'll talk about that. We'll reason on that. So that way, it would give each and everyone an
But
opportunity to go watch it. It's
I
on
try
Netflix.
to I try to get the movie, but I can't get it on my phone because I don't have Netflix or anything or any type of credit card to get that right
Netflix.
now.
Oh,
So that's the thing. What because I think I mentioned it last week that I was in court and somebody said, well, you need to watch that movie. They cloned Tyrone because they was like, Miss Moody, I
because
think
it's
that you might be
basically
on to
it's a lot.
something.
It's a lot. Well done of what you keep saying. As you're saying, as
Mm-hmm.
you said to us that you feel, which a lot of up to this day, a lot of person says to me, how Donna is in the house with whom she feels that is not her daughter, which that has, which that but
Mm-hmm. So
I'm
okay,
trying not to give away
let
the
me.
movie, but it's a lot
Okay.
of what you're saying is when you're saying it's not. So a quick question, Donna, just came through on the
Mm-hmm.
text. Where
Okay.
do you think your daughter is?
Okay, she could be on jail in jail. She could be. I don't know if she's still alive. I don't know what they did. I know they raped them. I know they beat them. The thing is that they were hired. This is why you mentioned to me something about like the songs, like with the guns or whatever. Well, pretty much this is what you use. That's your tactics that you use. Your military, and you came and you invaded the whole entire neighborhood through force with your weapons. Okay, you have us in bondage. We're under siege.
Wait a minute.
Okay, so no one believes. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. What
I'm,
Gene says, when you really watch these movies, it's really a part of real life. They
mm-hmm,
are listening to everything you are doing and saying and programming us as African Americans through TV,
mm-hmm,
music, products, etc. I do believe that they're programming. You know what? Have a crying baby and just turn on one of those things on YouTube or Netflix, those children's
mm-hmm,
shows. The kids
mm-hmm.
are just like they they
So
they're like
they stop.
hypnotized
Someone like
by
Yeah,
Cool.
magnet.
what is on
Yeah.
that screen. So yeah, I do go with that, Gene. But go ahead, Don. I'm sorry to have interrupted you with your explanation
No,
of your
no,
daughter. Go ahead.
no problem. But what I'm saying is that is so true. We're programmed.
Mhm.
Okay, we are programmed. Anyone can actually do this program, and it's not like you have to be of a certain status or you have to have a certain educational level or whatever. No, anyone can do it. Okay, but it's mostly military. They know how to do this program, so they have a clandestine operation going on since from before 1995, but in 1995 it was addressed by Clinton's Presidential Advisory Committee
Mhm.
about the CIA doing a secret experimentation on humans. But you know what overshadowed that? The O.J. Simpson case, and that was the experimentation just to see how
How
we're gonna
distracted.
react.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was to see how we would react to their experimentation. Don't you see Building 7 is the only other building that went down besides the Twin Towers? Because that's the CIA building. That's who they took to trial. Okay, so the thing is that you have to research. And then, being that I'm a victim of what I'm a victim of, I can speak on certain things because that's what I seek to find the truth in. Okay, so I just share what I learn with others and let them, look at it because we're all suffering from the same thing when it boils down. We're no different from each other.
Wait a
So this
minute.
is why you hear me defend Trump, okay? Because at one point, him and my father, the two of them, were the number one investors in New York. Okay, the only difference is my dad is a Jamaican black man and Donald Trump is a white man.
I'm asking,
Okay.
I'm asking kindly.
Hello.
I'm interrupting. I'm asking kindly. Erase that man out your head and never mention his name again.
Oh,
Trump.
What happened? What you said? Go ahead.
Erase that man out your head and never mention his name again.
He wants
Who,
you to.
Trump?
Yes, he's the worst. He's the worst. He's the worst ever.
No,
And a
that
lot of
you see
people, and
that
a lot of people would
we're
dispute that.
programmed. We're programmed to believe that because at one point they kept telling me that it was Trump. He was doing the gentrification, moving us out of the neighborhoods and preparing it for the middle class and upper class. I have yet to see, and they actually made me believe that it was
Change the subject.
a hostile takeover by my dad's competitor, which was Trump. That's what they made me believe. I have yet to see Donald Trump's name on anything that they said is his. And then that's why they tried to take him out. And I knew that he won the election. They rigged the election. He won. He is the president. Biden is not the president. I know. He wouldn't even know. He's not going to know because we don't communicate, but I know the truth. That's why you hear me defend him when Mama Acid, was bringing it up. I would always defend Trump because I know what the truth is. It's just you see how his wife carry herself? It's just petty things. They're jealous of people. And if we allow them, they're going to break up everybody.
It's alleged that his wife is one of them that turned in some evidence on him.
This is not Donna speaking.
Listen, that's what you see. That lady does not even pay them no attention. This is what they say. They need to be ignored.
That's gonna be a different conversation. Donna, the entire Trump situation is gonna be a different.
Okay,
so
they're stupid.
So are we saying like we're in a matrix? And
yes, we are.
Well, let me say this. I think we're fighting. I think we're looking at two different things here. One, I would say we're looking at a governmental conspiracy. And then and then the second one, I would say we're looking at another life form. So there's two different. So I think there's two different things. Before I go any further, Gene says he tells us about fake news, etc. Okay, he said, I guess that's Donald. She's saying Donald Trump's saying that he tells us about fake news, etc. But if you listen to him, he actually was telling us what we should know. Okay, Gene says that if you listen to him, I guess it's Donald Trump, he actually was telling us what we should know. He tells us about fake news, etc. And maybe that's this is some deep reasoning here. But back to my two views on it. I think that we have governmental conspiracy and we really do have another life form going on. Now,
because the government okay, go ahead.
All right. So there are aliens, another life form. I'm sorry, I keep saying aliens. There are another life form out there. It would be ridiculous for us to really feel like there isn't. That we are the only one in this whole big old universe galaxy, that we're the only ones that exist. But yeah, I feel that there is a government conspiracy as to brainwashing us, trying to downsize using population control. I think there's a lot I feel that there's a lot that the government has to do with. Now, when you say they cloning another individual, are we looking at they cloning individuals as another life form, or are we looking at it as where did the respect where Queen went? Or are we looking at it as the government making people to look like another person and replacing them? What exactly on the two ends are you saying? Because you're saying you feel that your daughter your mother was replaced? Were they replaced based off of extraterrestrial, or were they another life form, or were they? Do you feel that they were replaced based off of government
Okay,
conspiracy?
I do believe it's government affiliated, but is it the government that we think it is, or is the government coup from another life form? Okay, because this is what it is. When I came, my street was no longer Fountain Avenue. They renamed it Marjorie Richardson Street. Okay, and these people. Okay, they arrested me for a year. When I came out, they changed the name of my street to Marjorie Richardson Street.
Why are you so important that they are attacking you, particularly arresting you, putting you in jail, and then changing your family members? Why would you feel that?
This is what the investigator wanted to know. He said, let me tell you something, Miss Moody, not even the Kennedys. So this is a big investigation that they're seeking to find what it is about me, why they keep doing what they're doing to me. Why do I get so much attention that I don't even know that I'm getting? Okay. So, it's roots. It's my bloodline.
What is big about your bloodline? Do you have persons in politics that are activists? What is it do you feel about your bloodline that they're targeting you?
Okay, we're gonna start. First of all, I'm the African queen. They call me Queen of Sheba, so it's from the bloodline of Solomon. Okay, so this is why they gave me blood transfusions. You listen. They did some things to me that we would have to have a separate conversation. I don't even think that this should be on the air.
Okay,
we will have to have a separate conversation so that I can further and better explain everything.
We only have 4 minutes left for the show.
Right.
So
right.
So we definitely.
So
I'm going to give you a
then
call.
It's the United Kingdom.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the United Kingdom. Okay. This is why they say Queen Elizabeth is dead and all sorts of different things because of the McQueen's legacy.
So
because my name
Elizabeth
is also Donna
dead?
McQueen.
So you don't think Queen Elizabeth is dead?
Right. Oh no, I don't believe that. So if anyone doubts me, okay, you stole my identity. You built the Barclays Center. Okay, you built the Barclays Center and you tore down my school that I went to, and you built one of the tallest buildings downtown Brooklyn. Okay, something's wrong with them though. You're definitely mentally disturbed, and then you're a schizo, and then you try to flip it on someone else as if I'm crazy or anyone else is crazy. Something's wrong with you because you have our money to play with. People praises you because they don't know where you get it from. When you share it amongst them, they're going to praise you.
Donna, she's dead.
The thing is that, someone, you saying something, Respecta?
Yeah, she's dead.
Okay.
She's dead as a door. Queen Elizabeth is dead.
What did he say?
I said Queen Elizabeth is dead as a doorknob.
Queen Elizabeth is dead. I was gonna say that because I was like, this 90-year-old woman. Why would you feel that she's not dead? I was like, wait a minute.
No, she's not dead. You don't understand. I'm trying to explain to you. You see Barclay?
Let me say this. Do you feel like no one dies? Because you keep saying your mom's not dead.
No one doesn't die. No one dies. No one dies. This is why I told you about the energy that is on another plane. Okay, that has not been reincarnated into human form. That's why I told you those are the two planes that they speak of. Words have different meanings when they say crash into the World Trade Center. Okay, and I know you don't want to touch that topic about that the World Trade Center, but this is what I'm speaking of. You have planes. Don't you see they have a spirit airline? Come on. You have to understand these things because these people who are Illuminati and those things, they get away with all of these crimes because like you have jails that are called the tombs that are actually their headquarters. No one died on 9/11. It is a organ slave trade. What you're doing is you're trafficking organs. Okay, so the people whom they might say died on 9/11, they're actually harvesting organs.
Okay,
Okay,
we're
so
gonna
it's just
stop right there. We're gonna talk because it's 9:59. I want to hear about that harvesting organs and all of that. And you know what I also have a question about, and we're gonna talk about next week. I also have a question about the Bermuda Triangle
yes.
and why
Mhm.
planes have disappeared and things
In the bu-
such as at the
mhm.
Bermuda Triangle. But we've got to go,
Yes.
Donna. I know that you want to keep going, but we have to go.
Oh.
It's 9:59, and you always
Mhm.
enlighten us each and every week because I mean you let us go things that makes you go or and you also let us say
Yeah.
what the heck is Donna talking about?
No,
you
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm
you
trying to
have
get
us
to let you realize that sometimes your people that your significant other that you might think changed is not that person. Okay, this is something that I experienced. I would not be sharing it with you, and I wouldn't be, so strong about it if it wasn't facts. It's these are facts that I'm bringing to the table. This is not something that I read in a book or someone told me. This is something that I experienced for myself. I'm just sharing it with you.
all right.
So don't
But
be so quick to say, "Oh, my husband changed," or what. This is what their goal is to separate us. Do not let them separate us.
okay.
Okay, this is
All
what His
right.
Imperial Majesty fought for.
Okay. Well, we're
Okay,
we're we're gonna
that.
get we're gonna get back to it next week. Is this so? It's another continuation. We have another caller on the line. Caller. Oh, you got disconnected. I was like, where the respecter? Where Queen? Where the
Listen,
respecter? I
Donna
think they're
blow my
cutting you
phone.
off.
Man, Donna blow my phone up, man.
Yeah.
Donna,
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 You
you
touch
want me
the
to phone, Donna?
you oh
Okay, all right.
yeah.
You know what you're gonna say? You're gonna say, Donna, I owe you an apology because it's not my wife, and you were so right.
Oh,
Okay, watch and see. You're
oh
going
man.
to you're going to say, Donna, I respect you, and I will praise His Imperial Majesty as the Almighty God. You watch and
Baby, listen,
I
we
respect you.
blessings,
Okay,
blessings, blessings,
I
blessings.
respect
We're
you.
all
gonna
right.
we're gonna get up on
Okay.
out of the air chair. We're getting up on out of this air chair. Man, I'm telling you,
Mhm.
this was totally enlightening, totally enlightening. Please be sure to join me, myself, Lady D, this Saturday. It is all about the Lady D show, 12 to 4 p.m. And once again, want a big shouts to my brethren Stereo, his birthday bash, and gonna take place next week Saturday, and we're gonna be giving away some tickets on that. It's just to do I'm due for my brethren. You know what I mean? All right. So we're gonna talk about that as well on Saturday, and thanks each and every one for listening. Victoria's 89.1 FM for streaming us. Want to say big shouts and for you all listening through our telephone lines, our YouTube, our I'm wondering if Facebook or YouTube kicked us off because I don't know. They say we going too far, and our tuning apps, and all of these things. So, just want to say blessings, blessings, and thank you all for joining us because you could have been joining someone else and you could have been listening to someone else and doing something else. And you decided to come on over and hang out with us. So we most definitely over appreciate that we ask that you do share, and tell a friend and a friend and a family that we go on topics that are way out of the norm topics. So definitely join us. The Respecter, you want to say something to our listening audience before we go?
I want to share my listeners to do something that a friend told me a while back. She say get you together and don't worry about nothing. Live life, take care of you, and everything will fall in place. Want to big up friend, Cool G.
Big up Cool G. Yeah, that Cool G.
Take care of you.
So wait, Cool G, I tell you about the sexiness too.
No. No.
I know it was Cool G telling you about all of your sexiness. All right. Well, listen, just want to give blessings to each and everyone once again. Donna, it's always enlightening and a blessing to have you right here on the Powerhouse Radio on Reasoning Thursdays, each and every Thursday. So we thank you all each and every week for your participation and your candidness in what you're going through in your life and what you've seen in your life and what you believe to be true of your experiences, and enlightening us with it. And even with all of the criticism, you've never strayed from what you've saying. And you've been listening to us, I think, almost like 3 years, and you've steadfast in your beliefs. So I definitely respect that, and thank you for joining us. We have to go. So we're gonna leave out this respect. You're supposed to send me a song to play, and you didn't send me something, but we can leave out yeah, we wanted to start dropping you over in there. We're gonna leave out with let me leave out with Don Minets with World Peace, because we need some peace in this. Yeah, and because this is a world issue. This is a world thing that is going on in Africa, in America, in the Caribbeans, Europe. It's a world thing. So we definitely need world peace. Love you all, and make sure that you listen to Let's Gripe Wednesday. All righty, love you all. Big up on yourself, and blessings upon blessings upon blessings.
It's an illusion. It's all an illusion. It's an illusion, yes. It's all an illusion. World peace is an illusion. Too many lies, too much aggression. The rulers of today, they lack religion. And so they leading the people astray. World peace is an illusion. Too many lies, too much aggression. The rulers of the day, they lack religion. So they leading the people astray. Political leaders are a reflection of society. It's the privileged few that makes the rules for using the majority, keeping the bounties for themselves, or they care about no one else. Care not about the poor and the needy. It's the nature of man to be greedy. That's why I say world peace is an illusion. Too many lies, too much aggression. The rulers of the day, they lack religion, and so they leading the people astray. Lies and deception, mass manipulation to gain control. They use religion. They steal your very soul. when only love can make us stronger. Armchair warriors, after war they send our sons and daughters. To live free is alright, seems oppression is their delight. Living free is alright, but it seems oppression is their delight. I tell you, oh, na, na, na. It's an illusion.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.
World peace is an illusion. Too many lives, too much aggression.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.